Today I'm really excited to share with you this Oliver Machinery triple spindle horizontal borer. I've had this unit for quite some time. From what I've been able to figure out, I think it was built in the 40s, but I haven't been able to get a firm answer on that. A great vintage unit, everything mechanical, nothing pneumatic. I'll show you the placard here. It's an Oliver Model 71. What's cool is that it actually shows who it was built by. So if you know somebody named C. Frey or P. Hoffert who worked for Oliver back in the day, well, maybe they built this thing. A couple of the great features about this machine is that, of course, it's got triple spindles. You can see motor 1, motor 2, motor 3. What's great about this is that you can bring these spindle blocks, you see these brass blocks that they ride in, right next to each other right here, and that sets you up at 1 inch on center. You can also take this block and bring it over to here as well, do the same thing. 1 inch on center for those drilling blocks is kind of unheard of. If you know anything about horizontal spindles, most of the time it's 1.5 to 1 3/4 is the closest you can get. So that's a really nice feature. Each one of these we put on a switch on the top of the motor so that you could control them individually. They used to just have junction boxes, but we turned that into a switch. This is your clamping bar right here. What happens is that you slip the material in, the clamping bar turns and it holds it down with this rubber foot, and that's what holds your material in. Of course, they're adjustable. Loosen this, you can slide it anywhere along this bar, as well as the height here being adjustable to raise and lower the bar. You've got your fine-tuned height adjustments here, also on the other side right there. Underneath, you've got your table height adjustment on the hand wheel. You got 2 inches of throw on this, so a lot of movement back and forth. This is a completely mechanical machine, no pneumatics, and you can see right here, this is a speed adjustment pulley. You've got slow, medium, and fast speeds on this. Round on this other side. This is the eccentric mechanism that moves this unit back and forth, which moves the entire drilling unit back and forth. It does not pull the workpiece into the bits, it moves the bits into the workpiece, which, if you know anything about horizontal drilling, that's a much better way to go. I'm going to start it up for you and demonstrate it real quick. It takes the 3-inch 7/16 threaded shank bits. I only have one of the shorter ones. Most of my bits are the 4-inch long ones, so I'm going to have to show this to you individually, move this bit to each individual motor as I demonstrate this, but you'll get the picture. When you start this up, this is what starts each one of the motors. I'm going to shut them off and turn them on for you so you can hear them. Everything rides really nicely. The brass blocks do not get hot. When we were using this in a production series, we would grease these zerks about once a day. Usually grease them in the morning before we started up, and that kept it running really nicely. There's a bunch of other zerks on this that you can use to go ahead and keep everything moving really well. All sorts of different areas for you to grease and zerk. You've got grease zerks back here for where it rides on the table. These heads here adjust on these threaded rods. You take a 1/2 inch female and put it onto here, loosen your set screws, and as you turn this, your unit runs in and out. It's the same thing with the far unit. The middle unit here, all you do is you loosen a set screw down here and the entire unit will slide back and forth, and you just tighten it where you want it to go. When you hit this other button, this is what's going to actuate the movement. What you'll do is you'll slip a piece in, the unit will clamp on it, it'll drill it, and then you'll remove your piece. So here we go. So you put your piece in, clamps it, and then it moves forward on it. Releases it, take the piece out, put another one in, clamp it, drill it. Piece out, piece in, clamp it, drill it. And if you just get into a rhythm, you can do this on an every cycle basis. I used to get this set up on an every other cycle basis. So I'd put it in, it would clamp, it would drill, I'd take it out, I'd set it down, I'd pick up a new piece, it'd be ready for here. Put it in, drill it, and then pull it out. I'm going to put this on pause, and then I'm going to get a piece of 1x material or 2x material so you can see this work. One of the other things that I like about this unit is that this table has all these different threaded holes and slots for you to be able to put in a jig right here. When I had this set up before, I had it set up with a jig that I would cut 3 holes in a table leg, 2 up high, and then 1 about 3/4 of the way down. So this table really works out well for us. We're going to show you just with a piece of 2x the cutting capabilities of it. You see, just like that. Now we're going to show you the first spindle. And now finally we're going to show you the last spindle. So if you'd like more information on this machine, you can contact me, Steve, at scscustomwoodworks.com. As far as price goes, I think a fair price for this unit in good working order is $1,300. Shoot me an email and we'll talk about it. Thanks a lot.